close to Juba. So
the first civilization to take Africans up.
You're welcome on yet another discussion or topic with me, Africa Maria the Darkest Berry Amoti, broadcasting live from Uganda. And of course, this is Africa Mpenzi TV, where we bring Africa to your doorstep. Now, on this television is where we broadcast about a lot of issues concerning Africa's politics, social, of course, economic, social, economical, and of course, cultural, phenomenon of Africa. Now, during our different discussions, most of you have realized that times we come in with the people who join our debates, of course, and discussions and we bring together different voices to make sure that we bring out probably the best that our viewers would wish. Now, today's topic is a little bit, I'm laughing because I've been going through a lot of videos with, of course, the videos that I'll try sharing with you and show you, and you will be able to learn one or two, or probably also laugh the way I am laughing. But today's topic is about East African activists, the East Africa activists uniting. That is, are we seeing another wave of East Africa activists uniting? I'm going to give you a little bit of East Africa change and how a lot different East African countries, of course, gained independence, change. For example, in Uganda, the current president of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, of course, gained his seat as a president through aid from different East African countries. He started from Tanzania, and from Tanzania he joined a liberation group, and then he had connections from Tanzania. When he joined liberation groups, he had unity with Rwanda, where of course the Rwandese army, together with him, tried to fight and of course remove Idi Amin. And then we see the NRM coming into existence, which was by then the National Resistance Movement, that is the the Resistant Army, that the NRA at that time. Now, you're going to allow me a bit, and I share this video through different channels. I'm going to be back, all right? Let's wait a bit. All right, sorry, I was trying to share this live on different platforms, more especially on WhatsApp, so that, of course, we are going to be joined by a few people. Of course, probably they are still trying to connect with us, but I'm going to share some videos on this live, and then one I'll be talking about each video, but because before that, of course, I have to share this, the disclaimer. Now, first of all, the videos I'm going to share are only for educational purposes. First of all, the videos I'm going to share, of course, are for only education purposes. I'm not trying to cause havoc or whatever, but for apparently educational purposes. Allow me to share these videos.
Were you tortured?
Yes, we were tortured, but we're going to give you details.
Shame on you, Museveni. Shame on you! Shame on you! Were you tortured?
Yes, we were tortured, but we're going to give you details.
Shame on you, Museveni. Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
We are coming for you.
I was doing a fast, but at the same time, the kind of food you've been given is not really food. You have been dehumanized, if I say so.
What did they accuse you for?
Can we allow
Them to breathe a little bit.
So no question.
Were you tortured?
Yes, we were tortured, but we're going to give you details.
Shame on you, Museveni. Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
We are coming for you.
I was doing a fast, but at the same time, the kind of food you've been given is not really food. You have been dehumanized, if I say so.
What did they accuse you for?
Can we allow
Them to breathe a little bit.
So no question.
Naambia Museveni, hata siambii watu wa Uganda, nitatoa oda ya magunzi wote na tutajikuta tuko Uganda. Museveni, toa oda! Toa oda! Mkenya achiliwe. Hatutaki kujua kama sijui alikuwa rijadi mtu wa kunini. Wacha Mkenya mwenzetu. Na tukisikia hata umbu, tukisikia hata umbu ya Uganda imeuma Mkenya, umbu. Mr. Speaker, nikimalizia maneno ya Uganda, mimi naambia Bobi Wine akae imara na kuja hai maguns Kenya. Kuja haya maguns Kenya wakupe kitu Uganda. Kuja uchukue maguns Kenya wakupe kitu Uganda. Bobby Wine, kiti chukuliwi na matako, kiti inachukuliwa na nguvu. Nikimalizia Mr. Speaker, nimesikia mumetusi sana Mheshimiwa Aladwa. Watu wamesimama wametusi Mheshimiwa Aladwa. Kitu ya kwanza tunataka tupe Mheshimiwa Aladwa chairman ya ODM. Tunataka kupea Mr. Aladwa chairman ya ODM. Youth leader tuko na Brian Owino, youth leader Brian Owino, ODM. Tuko na mama yetu Rosemary, tunampatia chair lady. Kwa hivyo wewe ukifikiria ODM imeisha, wewe ndio umeisha. Wewe ndio umeisha. Sawa? Kitu ingine nataka kusema hivi. 2 term. Hiyo ndio slogan. Ruto anakula mbili. Raila asiwachanganye. Raila anapeleka hivi. Candidate wa Raila ni Ruto, William Samoei Ruto. Huyo ndo candidate wa Raila. Huyo ndo candidate. Ruto anaenda kusimama na ODM. Huyo ndo candidate. William Samoei Ruto 2 term. Wewe ukipinga shauri yako. Hapo. Nikimalizia, mimi kama Valdo Mavitu everywhere support me. Nimeshukuru.
Asante Valdo. Asante sana Mr. Speaker.
The 2 videos I've actually played. One of the video I'm seeing Dwight, thank you so much for joining. You're saying hello, this is Dwight. Thank you so much for joining. The 2 videos that I've shared, the first video was about 2 activists who were arrested in Uganda but have been released. When they went back to Kenya, I guess that is what they got to say. They said a lot of things. I'll be playing the clips of what they spoke about the government of Uganda. They slept badly. They had poor food and a lot. But I was talking to Dwight Inbox about the issues of activists or this particular guy. And to him, he thought like, okay, did they just come out from the blue? How were they arrested and so on and so forth? Now, these guys have pioneered a lot of riots, not only in Kenya. I'm also going to share you some videos where a lot of, during the Suluhu, of course, riots, that was the riots in Tanzania. I'm going to show you a video where apparently a lot of Kenyans were on motorbikes trying to rush into Tanzania. Now, a lot of people are proud, they are happy, more especially some Ugandans are happy, some others are like, no, Kenyans can't think for us. Some other Kenyans are like, yeah. Some other people outside Africa are actually giving a praise to this kind of acts now. There is this previous video that I just shared where a guy in Swahili actually said that, Bobby Wine, come to Kenya and get goons. The word goons is the most important word in the discussion I'm going to have right now. Now, I know we are extremely desperate for change, and a lot of youths are desperate to see different something, different governance, different things. But when we see people saying that, because that particular guy, these are not my words. These are words that were in Swahili. For someone who knows Swahili will know I'm not changing words. But from the particular video where a Kenyan activist stood up in the crowd, as you saw it, and was calling upon the Ugandan opposition leader, that is Robert Kyagulanyi, that come to Kenya and get goons. You are not going to take that seat when you have sat on your bum. You need to get up and fight, and we the goons. I'll repeat that word. Even there is a caption of goons on top. And I'm still wondering, when we saw demonstrations in Kenya recently, a lot of people praised it. Yes, we are waking up. Yeah, youths are taking it by the horns. Yes, we are no longer the tail. We are the heads now. Yes. when people were demonstrating, statistics showed that out of 100% of the people in the streets of Kenya, 47% of the people were demonstrating, and the rest of the people were busy looting other people's businesses, breaking and, of course, destroying, setting buildings ablaze. I guess that is part of demonstration. But again, when you go to steal things of that very person you're fighting for, then I'm like, are we serious here? But of course, that is it. Now, I'm also going to play you a clip where Bobby Wine was talking about this particular scenario where the where he was trying to explain the issue of the activists from Kenya being arrested. First of all, I know East Africa is a free entrance and exit. These guys, even in Kenya, they have an organization, of course, anti-government organization that I believe is opposing the current government, or that's Ruto's government. And then, but they have not yet brought or freed Kenya from the shackles or from the chains of bad governance. And then there were half of it in Tanzania, and now Tanzania Suluhu took over, and now they are coming to Uganda. I feel like we have got a disorganized group of people, because to me, I feel like if at all we are to get change as Africans, there is more to what we call hooliganism, goons, like we call ourselves, because it was absurd for me to see someone I thought okay, and then calling themselves goons. Like, who wants goons to fight for them? I don't know. You can still drop in your comments and tell me who wants goons to fight for them, like they are calling themselves. Come to Kenya and get goons so that we can liberate Uganda with the goons. Now, it is absurd that actually, I gave you a bit of the history. I gave you a bit of the Uganda's history, where we had East Africa working together. We saw Tanzania helping the current president, of course, come into power. We saw Rwanda helping. In the same, we saw Uganda helping Rwanda, and so on and so forth. Throughout history, East Africa has a history of uniting together to have a change. This isn't something that is just beginning now. Only that this time around we are seeing quite different people and a different style. Like I said, for the history of East Africa, throughout history, we've seen East Africa joining together to bring change. Uganda, we saw Uganda working together with Tanzania, Rwanda, of course, kicking out Idi Amin. And still we saw Rwanda working together with Uganda, and part of Tanzania, and part of course, kicking out the leadership that was there, of course. And then we still see the same with the Kenyans, we still see the same. So not only actually East Africa, but the same thing in South Africa and other parts of Africa. We've seen different Africans coming together to support, aiding in one way or the other. Except that this time around, we are seeing people with the stones and sticks. Previously, throughout history, people were having guns. In history, people were having guns. All right, we saw the Saba Saba. We saw the Tanzanian Saba Saba coming to Uganda. We saw even Mwalimu Julius Nyerere joining. We saw actually still more Jomoy we saw Kagame. So in history, it was about the guns. This time round, we are seeing people with the stones, the sticks, and of course, a verbal approach and all that. Now, I don't know whether I should say people are just angry or annoyed when it comes to leadership. I don't believe in verbal violence. I, for one, I don't believe in absurd. We've seen people talking a lot of absurd stuff. When I'm watching a video and I'm supposed to learn from this video, the moment someone starts using vulgar words, no matter how interesting that video may sound, I may not continue. Or no matter how interesting that person may seem, I may not continue listening or paying attention to that person. But recently, we've made ourselves seem like we are not serious, more especially when we are not, of course, when we are not intellectual enough to stand on the true words and empowering words that we would wish people to listen to, hear, and grasp and again hold. But rather, we've turned too vulgar. 1, 2, 3, your share. 1, 2, 3, they use the F word. 1, 2, 3, they use the F word. 1, 2, 3, they use the F word. Whatever. Now, there is a reason why I had played the other video. Is apparently for us to pick and see what is really happening now. We see people storming the streets of Africa, more especially East Africa. But who are the leaders of the storm? I shared that video where actually it would be extremely nice if someone was intellectual. I would love to listen to that rather than someone being so vulgar. Two, you cannot, you as just truth to be said. A government is not something to play about. And if we do not take this serious, then we are never going to bring change. I know it hurts, it gives people pain when you say a government, yeah, what are you talking about? But what have you done? What am I talking about now? What have you done about it? But people did not wake up and start doing that BS. People did action. Now, you wake up, you cross to a country like Uganda. Probably you've come in your layer. That is a combat word to mean civilian clothes. Or it's a Swahili, East African Swahili combat word. When we say layer, that's a usual wear aside the uniform. You join, you come to Uganda. You are a Kenyan, actually. You've been on a phase of demonstration and you're an activist. And then you come on rallies, not as a journalist, but probably as an activist and so on and so forth. And you still go and do a clip that is extremely, I keep it rolling. Thank you, Ivan. A video that probably is targeting. Now, when we are holding campaigns, I'm going to be very clear. When we are holding different campaigns, there is what we call respect for a fellow candidate. It does not matter whether the candidate has spent 1,000 years in power, okay? And this is the mistake that most of the opposition leaders do in Africa. Rather than you standing up and explaining, because I've ever been in not 1, 2, or 3 camps, oppositional camps. I've been in various opposition camps. It is one thing for me to wait and listen to you and what and the promises you have for me. And it is another for me to only hear you trying to say, this is not right, the other didn't do this right, this is wrong. No. What are you coming to do? What change are you bringing? Now, if I, Maria, would wish to join a change or a cause for change, I'm never going to involve myself with the people who are not logical. I'm never going to involve my people with the people who are going to bring shame to my own name. I'm never going to involve with the people who their mission is to destroy, or even because these activists, the Kenyan activists who were arrested, I saw someone say, let us hear that even a mosquito has beaten our Kenyans. Now, please give me a break. Now, this is only causing the boundary, the demarcation or enslavement, because the moment I, a Ugandan, by the way, to say my mom is half a Kenyan, all right? I, Maria, hears you trying to say that if I hear even a mosquito from Uganda has touched our kill, what the fuck? Who brought you here? That's something that's gonna first hit in my mind, because we are always beaten by mosquitoes. Now, who are you? That's the first thing I'm going to ask myself. I'm going to distance myself from this so-called liberation. The moment you start identifying yourself like, if I see any mosquito, if I see my people saying they've not eaten enough, and you are actually, Ugandans, we should all shiver. Yes. No, you are doing it wrong. You are doing it wrong. And just a takataka person. Takataka is even calling himself a hooligan. You have already brought division, mental division. There is no way you're going to tell me you are in for Uganda when you are belittling Uganda. Or probably you are in for taking Uganda probably to be part of your country. Because if you belittle the people, then you claim that you are coming to liberate. WTF. PS. But anyway, before I come back to that topic, let me first show you a short clip of a video and what, of course, Bobby Wine or Chaglani thinks about this. That is not him. Where is the video?
Hi, this is Bobby Wine reaching you from Tungamo. I'm sure many of us are shocked in Kenya and in Uganda, the abduction of our brothers, Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo, who were abducted by Ugandan security forces. And when demanded for them, the Uganda police denied knowledge of them. The military in Uganda denied knowledge of them. Even the habeas corpus, which was put in court, the court dismissed it, saying you cannot squeeze blood out of stones. So clearly, the Uganda police, the Uganda military, and the Uganda judiciary denied that there was any abduction in Uganda. Just yesterday, the world was shocked when General Museveni came out to actually admit that the security forces in Uganda abducted Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo, the two Kenyan comrades, and they were kept in a fridge. Now, by fridge, he meant those torture chambers where they strip people naked, torture them, and leave them in ice or in very cold rooms. It's very unfortunate. That is shocking. But yes, that is the reality in Uganda. Abductions are the order of the day. As we stand right now, a young man called Mugumya from this region was abducted. He's still missing. 18 of our comrades were abducted and they're still missing. Just the other day, we buried Comrade Chiwalama's wife. The husband has been missing for close to 7 years. That's the situation in Uganda. That is why we are fighting. That is why we want to change, to remove this regime and restore human rights, restore democracy, restore security and safety and guarantee of human dignity. We intend to strip the president of the powers to appoint judges, of the powers to appoint the Electoral Commission, and to ensure that we have an independent judiciary. The judiciary in Uganda is in the pocket of the president, where the courts don't work, regardless of where you go. Courts don't work, no institution works. This should be a wake-up call to all of us, not only Ugandans, but even our brothers and sisters from all over East Africa and Africa. Now, these are two Kenyan citizens that were abducted and were missing for 37 days. The government denied them, police denied them, the military denied them, even the judiciary dismissed the case, only for General Museveni, their boss, to come out and confirm that his forces actually abducted these two Kenyans. This should be a wake-up call to all of us, and we vote out this regime of blood and national shame.
Now that is all that, of course, Bobi Wine had to say about the abduction of of the Kenyan activists who came. Different videos were showing these Kenyan activists on Bobi Wine's Larry. I'm going to do a quick calculation about the Larrys. Let me first show you this video. I hope that it is.
If you know someone who is a Kenyan living in Tanzania or went to Tanzania for a visit, make sure you get in. If you know someone who is a Kenyan living in Tanzania.
No, that's not a video I want to play. There is a video I want to play. I hope I downloaded it. Let me try to see. We are yet to reach on this particular part. I want to share with you a video. I may have not downloaded this video. The video that was showing the two Njagi and his fellow. A video that was showing them during the Bobi Wine Larry. And so much matches is going on in the world today. Be safe. This is K. Williams and Maria. That is Crazy at Work. Busy day listening in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, K. Williams. And I hope you are doing well, guys watching me from the United States. I hope you all are doing well. Now, it is so silly for you to come in a country where you know things will happen, like, and then you move. I'm sorry, but why are you guys like, it is so silly? Somebody's gonna say it is, they have the freedom. I know they have, but again, you have to have your senses. Come on. It is so silly of you to come to Uganda as a Kenyan and then you put on the red cape. I know they have the thumb on that cape. It is and they also use the fist, and they have a fist on the cape. It is and the Kenyan flag, and the cape is red, and they have the red Bobi Wine attire. It is so silly of you to come to a country and you know whatever has been going in the country, you come, go to Larry's, and then you start walking aimlessly. Because even Bobi Wine himself, he cannot account, or the people who were with these Kenyans on the Larry, they cannot account for where these guys were abducted from. No one knows where they were unless the people who took them can tell us. How can you be loitering alone in those uniforms after even showing your faces on different cameras, and now you leave the land? Maybe they did not have connection with of course the candidate. I don't know. How can you even be moving aimlessly? You should be together. Probably if they were together with Bobi Wine, they would have not arrested them. Now, what was the purpose of you coming to Uganda? Now, there are claims that this Njagi and the colleague, and of course they promised Ugandans even before now that we are coming to train you. how to riot, how to demonstrate, how to hit the streets with fire, burn buildings and demolish, of course, different businesses and so on. And they said this verbally. I'm going to play you the clips if time is on my side. And then you still indeed come in the country. Now you think, what is Uganda? Is it a kraal? Is it a place where you think you're going to say all that and just enter? Let's be. Now, if we talk to them bitterly, people are going to be like, you are supporting the government. I'm stating the truth. And then you just come. Even Ruto, you failed to remove Ruto from presidency. And then you say, Ugandans, we are going to teach you. And then truth, you get on the border, you come. They saw you even before you left Kenya. Ugandans has they connect. Remember when Besigye left Uganda, he was going to Kenya. The government was informed that the guy is in Kenya. He's trying to gather people to come and, of course, have a coup or in Uganda. They arrested him on the streets of Kenya. Now, this should be an example. They arrested him on the streets of Kenya. They brought him to Uganda only to hand him over to the security or to the military in Uganda. They arrested Besigye from Kenya. And now you are a Kenyan, get on the internet, TikTok, whatever it is, and you promise Uganda, we are coming to show you, we are coming to teach you. No, you are not going to show us anything because, number one, you have also failed in your own country. You have not removed Ruto. You gave Ruto days from days, you gave him weeks from weeks, you gave him, and then you sat and relaxed and let Ruto run. And now, we need a different approach. A different approach. You come, you just move aimlessly. Uganda got to learn of your coming to Uganda even before you set off Kenya. They just let you come. You entered through the border. You came, joined Bobby Wine. You went on his lorries. Cameras were watching. And maybe it was your intention to be abducted. I don't know, because how do you even leave the camp of the people campaigning? Because no one knew where he went. It is just that the next day they couldn't tell where are these two guys. Their phones were off and everyone was like, where are them at? Why do you loiter? Have you come for the purpose of loitering? Should we think? Now, what if people wake up one day and probably say they were trying to plant bombs? God forbid. What if they say that? How are you going to deny it? Don't you have brains to know what to do? Are we going to have such kind of people? And then we have the iota to shout on top of our lungs. Even a mosquito bites. If any mosquito bites the Kenyan brother in Uganda, brother, sit down a little bit and let's try to look at these things and how probably we can come to a resolution. Because, hello, things are not the way. It is not about eating pilau. Now, one thing people have to understand, let me tell you, Uganda is like Rwanda. Rwanda, you don't say shit and you are not hooked. I keep on asking people, how many Rwandese do you see on Facebook? How many people from Rwanda do you see on TikTok? How many have you met on Instagram? Talking about the government, do you think everyone likes it? Now, the first thing these people do is create a strong Interpol, to create a strong investigative organization, to create a network that is going to hook. Now, you just come on camera. Now, like me, Maria, then I start talking about stuff. Blah, 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 and I'm coming and my face is showing. Blah, blah, blah. That's child play. Whom are you fooling? And then I said I hated it when someone was like trying to warn. Now you think we are children. Don't come around trying to warn everybody. If I'm a goon, someone even said, I'm a typical goon. If you Ugandans have never seen goons, I'm a goon and I'm coming a goon. Now, what is this? Are people coming to loot for me? When you talk about goons, then I know they are definitely coming in to loot. No one is coming to bring change. But anyway, that is that with the abduction. Of course, the president of Uganda said it broadly that these guys had come to train, because I remember I told you there is a clip that circulated when these guys were telling Ugandans they are coming, and they did come, and of course they did arrest them, and they went back. Now the government of Kenya spoke with the government of Uganda, and they asked, it is fine. Actually, the government of Kenya said, if you want to detain them in Uganda, it is okay. Now listen to this statement. If you want to bring them to Kenya, it is still okay. Now you decide. So the president of Uganda was like, all right, fine, just take them to Kenya, whatever it is, let them be served from. So we are waiting to see what is going to happen. It's not like these guys were released, like people are saying they were released. No, they're still going to face. And then, like this topic saying that East Africa activists unity, are we having a unity? Are people trying to do plans? Are some people trying to do their own deals within this crisis to benefit them in one way or the other? Are we seeing people trying to, of course, tell us that they are coming to liberate us, but for a different cause entirely? Because I didn't see liberation in Kenya. People lost things, and until now, some people their businesses have collapsed. I didn't see any change. When, of course, Leila, may he so rest in peace, passed, Ruto was busy doing deals, and now everyone is quiet. Okay? But anyway, Suluhu, the first female president of East Africa, Samia Suluhu, who is now the president of Tanzania, of course, she swore in, informed the world that most of the people who caused the chaos in Tanzania are not actually Tanzanians. I'm beginning to believe that. I'm going to show you a clip where a lot of Kenyans were jumping on borders, crossing the border to go to Kenya. And you're going to see some of their faces. And you're going to see others, I think, were not in their right senses, like they were drunk or stuff, or they were, because of course someone who is drunk and someone who is high, you can see and tell. And but still, Suluhu took over. And again, a lot of businesses were destroyed. This caused a little bit of a setback. I'm not like trying to say it was a bad thing, but we are doing it wrong. We are doing it extremely wrong. I'll play you this video. And then now, before I play that video, the government of Tanzania issued out an arrest, and a lot of people are on wanted list. Apparently, hundreds of opposition were arrested, and they were taken to court, and some of them are going to be sentenced. Foreigners who involved themselves, and if at all you are suspected, just suspected, they are going to face trials and also sentenced as well. People are calling upon their brothers and sisters with whom they know they are in Kenya, probably they have gone for visit or tourist or whatever, to rush back home to whichever country they have come from, because now Suluhu, Sulaiman Suluhu, is extremely serious with arresting, because she believes the people who caused the chaos in her country are not Tanzanians. Now, people are calling phones up and down. Buses are bringing back people home. Those who went to the beach of Zanzibar and elsewhere, people who went to tour. Yes, people are cutting their tours or trips short and rushing back home in fear that they will be arrested. Let me fast forward for you. I've shown video that is showing the Kenyans on the border trying to rush in Tanzania.
If you know someone who is a Kenyan living in Tanzania or went to Tanzania for a visit, make sure you get in touch with them, because right now they are the target. If you are a foreigner, East African foreigner in Tanzania, there is a crackdown for all East Africans who are currently residing in Tanzania. If you went there for vacation, make sure you have your papers. And for some reason, they are saying that the 30-day permit, they only require you as a visitor to be there for a week, not 30 days. So right now they are changing the tactics, they are changing everything. If you remember what Suluhu said,
haikutushangaza kuona kuwa baadhi ya vijana waliokamatwa kutokana na kadhia hiyo wametoka nje ya Tanzania.
The police spokesman also said this.
Jeshi la polisi Tanzania limepata taarifa za watu ambao sio raia wa Tanzania kuwa wameingia nchini kwa njia zisizo rasmi kwa nia ya kufanya uhalifu ikiwepo vurugu.
Right now what they are doing is proving that there were demonstrations and East Africans were part of it. Especially Kenyans. We Kenyans are the ones who are being targeted, and our Foreign Affairs Ministry is doing nothing about it. Guys, look at the Standard. These are the headlines. If you know someone who is a Kenyan living in Tanzania or went to Tanzania for a visit, make sure you get in touch with them, because right now they are the target. They are being targeted. There are crackdowns being done on lodgings, on places of stay, on vacation areas. So make sure you tell your family members or your friends to be vigilant and to have their papers together. So if you can, please reach out to the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Tanzania, and if not, please reach out to other Kenyans and get a way of communicating your whereabouts, because right now the borders are being tightened and they are cracking down on East African foreigners in Tanzania. So guys, be safe out there.
Okay. Now I'm cutting short that video. Now on that video clearly shows. Now I'm trying to get the mistakes that people are doing. I don't know whether social media is going to allow people. We love the cameras than actually doing what has whatever purpose we are in for. That video was showing. In that video, Kenyans were on the border trying to enter Tanzania during the riots you had. So I'm still going to take you now. That video you are seeing different people. Yes, they are saying East Africans we are one, and so on. Now people were jumping on borders, setting off from Kenya to enter Tanzania. I'm also going to, by the way, if you recall what happened in Congo, where they wanted to overthrow the government, and they went on. I don't know where I don't know. Why do you think it is so important for you to show the world what you're going to do before even you do it? Does it make sense? During the remember the failed coup, which involved some Americans in Congo. They even went on their different social media platforms and they were showing how they are entering the state house, how they are entering the state house zone and all that. Why do you do that? Now, the video I showed you, I just played, showed you how Kenyans were entering Tanzania. A lot of them on motorcycles joining the riot. Now, if Suluhu says this riot was never involved with the Tanzanian people, you are not going to deny that because the evidence is very visible. Now, if I tell you people are to achieve something, I don't know why you want to show. I don't know the purpose. This is why I feel like these people are not for real. These people are in for their own different reasons. Because if I told you want to achieve something, then why should, if I told you want to come and break in my house, why should you alert me? What is the importance of you calling and you're like, hey, Maria, I'm coming to break in. You see, right now, I'm at your main gate and I'm coming over. This is what people are doing. So which makes me think that it is not actually, stop looking at people's governments and thinking it is just a bathroom or a help room where you can just enter and come. I might come to Kenya and you see me as a weak person, but I do not represent the entire Uganda. You know, I don't represent the entire Uganda. Now, if you still take governments for child's play, that I can just come over to Uganda and do whatever it is, because no, my dear, you are not anything. Actually, you are nothing. More so, if you don't handle this intellectually, your family is going to lose you. Probably even when the family loses you, people will lose morale. I don't think we are handling this the right way. It is okay for people to unite for a cause. That one, we are not going to deny it. But again, people should understand which people should I unite with. You are not going to be which people should I, because the next time you wait and see, you are going to see cases that are going to come out. Which people should you unite with? I told you before. I'm going to give you the throughout history, we've seen people who have cracked down governments and stood. If you want to be big, then you should play with the big boys. You should play with the big girls. You should play with the people who understand the game, probably more than you. You see, in politics, it is always a game. Each time we shall find people who want to benefit from either a predicament or people who want to benefit from a good side. And the people will never involve themselves. And this is how funny the world is. It's something they are not going to benefit. Now, Uganda has a history of great people. I usually told you about a brother from the north who went and liberated Zanzibar. He was a Ugandan man. A Ugandan man who went and liberated Zanzibar. But how did he? Do you even study history? Do you even read the real books and see how people took over? Well, I must give a credit to Bobi Wine, at least for him he reads the books of Marcus Garvey, because I always hear him talking, you know, most of his points he speaks about Africa and liberation coming from the book. At least he has read the books of Martin Luther King. He has read, most of these actually come from Malcolm X. If at all you have ever followed him, except that he speaks most of these things in vernacular, maybe my brothers from the diaspora don't really understand. But me who has read the books, those books I understand. Whenever he says something, I say back, I say, that was Marcus Garvey's word. Then I'm like, yeah, that was Malcolm X saying. But he has used this as an example, and actually people have come to like him because some of them credit him. They credit those words to him. Now, do these people read books? Do they understand how people came about? It is not all about the anger. Change is not all about anger, you showing you are dissatisfied and all. It is a game that needs to be played right. If you play it wrong, then you're bound to lose and lose completely. I'm up for East Africa uniting together for a good cause. I do not support people who call themselves goons. That goon, I got it from a video that I played where someone was saying was calling himself a goon with his goons surrounding. Come for the goons! We the Kenyan goons. I don't know whether that is how he's representing Kenya, but a goon wouldn't be a good word to associate with, or wouldn't be a good person to associate with. Or maybe at least you rather use the word marginal than calling yourself a goon. I would never respect a goon. My discipline cannot, my mind cannot allow me. Me and goons, we are never together. I'm up for someone. I'm up for people. I'm up for the cause. Some of my destination have errors. I'm up for a cause that is upright. I'm up for a cause that is upright. I'm up for a cause that will create an upright legacy. It is okay for us to follow the crowd, but I also know we have got a few people who are doing this a smart way. And we are looking forward to a better East Africa and a unity. You know, it's not about shouting. We never saw people shout. And those who shouted lost their lives before they even reached the top. History gives you that big men who took over African government came by surprise. Nobody knew. And the others, the moment they joined forces with the big men, they took over. History will also bring you people who were so verbal, and some of them were even just joking about it, but they never made it to the top. If at all we need liberation, then we have to be smarter. Don't allow them say to be smarter than me. Because all the actions are actually not smart. If at all you want to take, you have to be smarter than the person you want to overtake. You have to be smarter. You have to know these people have spent years in power. They have seen tactics. They have dealt with rebels. They have dealt with goons. They have dealt with different things. Now you put yourself in their shoes and then know how you're going to go about it. There is a proverb that says, no, I'm not going to say that proverb. I'm still going to connect in a video I shared where a brother said, people have to die for a country to be free. Now, is it me who is willing to die for my country to be free? Is it you who is willing to die for your country to be free? Will you celebrate? Or are you among the elites or the elites or the elites who will maneuver to the top as the branches be dying and shedding? Are you a branch or you are a fruit? That's a big question. You may be thinking you are a fruit, yet you are a branch. Now, as we look for liberation, or as we look towards the cause of change, like people say, it is very important for you to identify yourself Where are you standing? Are you the branch that is going to be cut off? Are you the branch that is going to be sacrificed? And are you really ready for that sacrifice, for the cause, for your fruit, for you to uplift your fruit so that it can go and give the juice at the end of the day? Thank you so much for watching Africa Mpenzi TV. It has been me, Africa Maria, the darkest berry on Bitokati Wanyu Amoti, broadcasting live from Uganda. Now, it is a good evening. Looking forward to, of course, having you guys next time, tomorrow, same time, with yet another hot topic. And I will appreciate those who came in. Dwight Davison from the United States of America. Thank you so much for watching. I read your comment. K. Williams from United States. Thank you so much for dropping that comment. And of course, always watching my lives whenever I'm live. For those who will be watching a replay, thank you so much. Please take this video serious, and I hope we learn from it. We shall be coming back with yet another interesting topic come tomorrow, the Wednesday. It will be a Wednesday here, and for you guys, some of you will still be in Tuesday, and some of you will just be going in Wednesday. Whatever your day is, it will be, of course, a Wednesday in Uganda. It has been me, your host, the Africa Maria, the darkest berry. Omubi Tokati, my pet name is Amoti. And of course, I come from, yes, Uganda. Let me first read the comment before I sign out. K. Williams says, peace, Maria, peace. K. Williams, brother, thank you so much for always being here and enjoying my videos. And, let me see. Jib Jabba has not been here today. Let me see his birthday. No, this is Dwight. Yeah, Dwight and K. Williams, probably. I know how Mama Msuka and Ndlovu is always watching from South Africa. Thank you so much, Queen, for always supporting your girl. It's always a pleasure. Allow me sign out for now. Until tomorrow. Kwaheri. Okay, salama. Bye-bye. Murale Kurungi and good night.